Alright, so welcome back to Half That. This is episode
45.
45. What is that? Jordan's number?
No, yeah, when you came
back. That was Jordan's number.
When 23 was gone.
Yeah. When he asked for it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cheating ass nigga, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LeBron James, just dropped a new legacy, Space Jam. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched that
was
shit.
Was it good?
Mm-hmm. Was it good? I mean, it wasn't marketed for me, but it was alright.
Compared to the last Space Jam, how was it?
I mean, compared to the last Space Jam knocked this one out the waters. But it was great, though. You've seen a lot of nostalgic pieces in that movie. And it's like, it brought back some other pieces as well. Added some shit that made you want to watch some other movies.
Would you say that it feels like they're trying to just basically run the same fucking storyline as the last one?
Yeah.
Like just updated characters?
Basically. I think like that whole movie was just marketing and promo and advertisement for every other fucking Warner Brothers show.
I heard it was like a one big like ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. There's a lot of product placement.
All day it was just Nike, Jordan.
But how was LeBron's acting?
Trash. The
like,
fuck?
just like Michael's?
Nah, I think Michael Jordan was a little bit more believable, bro.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know how old were we when that movie came out?
Yeah, exactly. That's another one. But still, I believed Michael, bro. I believed Michael.
But hey,
Bill Burr.
I believe the Spike Lee commercials, like
shit, yeah. I believe when like his mother dunked.
Yeah, like so. I don't know.
Hey, remember they were saying that Katie should have just joined the Monstars. That would have made the movie way better.
Yeah, I did hear that shit.
They would just join them and that'd have been perfect. If I were Katie, I would just own it. Like, fuck it, yeah.
To be honest, Katie does kind of look like a Monstar.
They should have made him the snake.
He'd have been a spider.
You
know, his nickname's like Durantula.
But they should have played off like the whole like just like how they played off like they was making hella jokes about like the players and shit. Like Anthony Davis out of Unibrow. Yeah. He made like a little subtle joke like I'm tired of that Unibrow. It's ugly. You need to shave it type shit. Thought that was pretty funny.
I need to check out the movie. I need to watch it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Spoiler alert for people that didn't see it. But yeah, welcome back to Half That. Sorry we got off. How you been, bro?
I've been good. Just chilling.
Word?
Had a good eventful weekend.
What happened, bro? What we do this weekend? We went to a dope ass event. What we do? Let them know.
Event. Fire.
Chillville summertime smokeout was dope, bro.
I swear to God, I was secondhand high.
Shout out to them at Chillville and all the vendors that was there got it popping.
I was high for sure.
Also, you hit the blunt?
No, I didn't. So much smoke.
Bro, Sergio was walking around that place looking dumb high. I think he snuck off and just got high with somebody for a second, bro. I didn't see you for like a good 5 minutes. I think you was hitting the blunt over there in the corner.
Damn.
They had a big ass.
You let him out of your eyesight for 5 minutes?
I don't know what the fuck that's called.
It was like it had a hella weed in it.
I think it was like joint. How much was in there? Like a couple of ounces was in that big ass joint.
It was pretty dope.
They passed that shit around the party. Did you hit it?
Nah, I didn't.
Passed that shit around. I was like, it looked like a dope experience, but like we just coming out the COVID, so I was like, I was like, step back.
Not sure about sharing right now.
And I'm sure about sharing, but they did have some great, flavors of weed there. Sponsored by Chillvilles.
They had like little cool like ashtrays and stuff like that, and like rolling trays. Mm-hmm. One vendor had that, and then it was dope, man. It was really good.
How many people were all out there?
I want to say like 25.
Nah, it was more than 25.
I mean,
I'm gonna get you a number, Serge.
Yeah. Give me a number. Yeah, it's like it's a little bit.
It was up there. It was up there in like I want to say the hundreds, maybe 75 to hundreds, maybe more than that.
What?
Like how many people?
Showed up.
I don't know. I don't think that much. Like 60.
60?
60.
75.
So were people like rotating in and out? Like people come for a couple hours.
Well, it's cool because they had food there and you were able to eat. And some people would eat and go outside, and then they come back and they'd smoke. Mm-hmm. And it's like you could bring your own drinks in there too if you wanted to. People had their own bottles or drinking.
My favorite part was that night was the DJ, bro. The DJ had some great music. It was like the music was bumping the whole time. Like she didn't miss a step.
Shout out the DJ.
Shout out the DJ. Didn't know who that was, but she did her thing.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Really like the vibes. Like she did her thing.
Can't wait till the next one. Summertime Smokeout by Chillville and friends. But yeah, how's your weekend?
It was good. My leg hurts. I think I slept wrong.
Slept wrong?
Nice.
Yeah, my left. I don't know what to call it. My left butt cheek is sore. No.
You don't call it a femur?
Femur? Yeah, just a little above the femur area. I need to stretch it out, but Other than
stretch
that,
your butt out.
yeah, I will. What?
How do you stretch your? How do you stretch your butt out?
Oh, you lay on the floor and you just like bring one knee over the other knee, and you just kind of like push it to the side and stretch that muscle.
I literally saw that, and I believe you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe you.
I'm with that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Cameraman's out here stretching his ass.
Whoa.
Pause.
Well, yeah, thank you. I was like, why didn't you say that yet?
Because I thought it was fucking funny. Can I laugh? But yeah, how you doing today?
Shit.
On the other news.
Oh.
No, I'm just how you doing?
I'm chilling, bro. I
How's
had a
your
day
weekend?
off today. I worked all weekend, so I didn't make the Chillville event. But probably wasn't the best place for me.
I smoked enough for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Smoked enough for you.
I was at work though, but no, it was cool. I don't know. Busy ass weekend at work. Didn't go that well, but I've been on a wait list for a graphics card for like, not even joking, like 8 months.
Holy shit.
And I finally got the call that it came in.
Oh, yeah,
so
I'm
that kind of made up my weekend. I got to go in and get some shit I've been waiting for hell long.
You gotta explain to me what the fuck is a graphics card.
This shit for your computer.
It's like the graphics for your computer.
Yeah.
Oh, some nerd shit.
Yeah.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, some nerd shit.
Some nerd shit going on.
So yeah,
It's like one of those like green things that you like put in the slot in your like computer and shit that they be taking out.
That's like that's very old.
That's old, though, right?
That's very old. They're usually not green anymore.
My fault. I'm thinking of like Kim Possible, bro. Like Mission Impossible niggas is going into like.
Some current events.
What's going on with current events? Bring it up.
Olympics and their one single bed rule they're having for all the Olympic players.
You was telling me about that. What the fuck is going on?
So they have a bed in there, and it's funny. I was watching someone's live. I don't know if you guys know who Nigel Houston is. He's like a skateboarder, like American.
Oh, okay.
skateboarder.
Because skateboarding just got put in the Olympics,
Yeah, in Olympics,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
So he was in his dorm, I guess, and he was showing like the bed. And his bed, the frame is made out of cardboard.
Yeah.
And
What
it's
the
mattress.
fuck?
And so they have this mattress that only could fit one person. So that like tries to prohibit having sex. I guess the last Olympics there was like an outbreak of just all the athletes hooking up with each other.
An
And I guess that was an issue. So
Okay, let's just rewind for a second. Hold on. If you are the most athletic people in the world,
you'd want to have sex.
do you
with them.
think anybody needs a bed?
No.
Like, they could do that shit standing up. They could do that shit. They could do that shit in a cartwheel. Like, what the fuck do they need a bed for?
You're right.
I'm with you
You're
on
right.
that.
You're right. Just standing up and shit.
But hold up, I'm still lost that they made skateboarding a part of the Olympics. What other fucking country is skateboarding, fam?
Bro, they made a lot of different.
Every
Olympic
country,
sports.
bro.
Every country is skateboarding.
Yeah, I think it's huge in like most European countries, and
Yeah.
I think Japan too. It's pretty
I
big.
would love to see like Japan like compete because I feel like they probably gonna have like the best tricks.
I don't know.
Like
America originated skateboarding, man.
I don't give a fuck. Tony Hawk ain't backflipping off a motherfucking. I don't know, but
Bro, Tony
shit.
Hawk just joined the X Games again.
Yeah, I did see that.
He's
Tony Hawk did
53 years
come
old.
back.
He's doing the vert.
Yeah.
He did the same shit when he did when he was
You
23.
were hitting on Japanese skaters, or you were speaking on them?
No, I was saying I think they would be like dope as fuck.
Yeah, hell
like
yeah.
I would love to see
Japanese
some shit like
skaters
that.
are- Yeah, they're like,
I would never even think that they was skateboarding,
Yeah.
but I can't wait to see some shit that they gonna do.
Skateboard. There's like a they're Brazilian. That's hell.
Yeah, it's all over the world.
Yeah, skateboarding's huge,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they just added ping pong as well. I don't know
And-
if
Fuck
they're
out of
And
here.
they got the collaboration with Pata, right? Or Para, whatever the fuck.
Oh, the
Remember the ones that used to do like the Air Maxes back in the day? The Pata ones?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Air Max
Did
ones
they-
that
did they have a-
everybody would want. They would sell out.
Mm.
So they did a collaboration with them for the SBs for the Olympics. Like 4 different, I think,
That's
SBs
dope.
came out. So a couple of them are clean.
Gotta check.
I
it
try to
out,
get my
guys.
hands on them, but
Gotta get some
You
SBs,
get
dude.
your Olympic paddle SBs.
I mean, if I could get them, but I haven't bought shoes in like over a year, so
You still got the plug. Shut up.
nah,
Bro, when I was watching the food that they're eating at the Olympics too, it's bad.
it's bad.
Yeah, it looks horrible.
I mean, they don't need nothing.
Because I think they're not allowed to leave their little like bubble because of COVID, and plus COVID's huge right now. In
But what
Tokyo.
kind of like? What do you mean bad? Like it's just like
Think of the
canned food type shit. Like
from what I saw, it looked like some like stale ass bread and some spaghetti. Like, not like
some struggle food.
My thing is, why can't they make this like how they made the NBA bubble? Like, if they knew the Olympics was coming and we were going through a fucking pandemic, like, why couldn't they organize it like how the NBA? Because them niggas was on Walt Disney. Them niggas had like.
But think about it. That's a lot of people to put on their bubble. Because the NBA only had what?
Well, yeah,
like 20 teams maybe.
Yeah, they didn't even do all teams.
They didn't do all the teams. And now you have multiple countries.
How do they decide what?
But you in the most advanced country, right?
Tokyo's pretty advanced.
Yeah. Like, come on, you could do some shit. Yeah. You can make that shit into like, I don't know, Iron Man, Tony Stark type shit, nigga. Like,
yeah, well, hopefully, America wins some gold medals or some shit.
Shit, don't look like NBA team want to be doing shit. They lost like their first 2 games.
Yeah.
Didn't they just bring somebody? Who did they just? I seen like last week they brought somebody on.
I don't know, but I know
JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee, that's what's up.
Yeah, they struggling.
Yeah, they brought.
Don't hate on the champion, bro. Two-time.
Don't get me started.
Two-time.
Don't get me started.
Two-time.
On McGee.
2-time champion, bro. Don't hate.
JaVale
McGee, what up?
Hopefully, shout out to JaVale McGee.
Shout out to JaVale McGee, bro. You a hater.
Another article that I was telling Dev about was there in Chicago. There's a school giving condoms to 5th graders.
Why?
That's just so wild.
Because they're sexually active.
These kids are sexually active.
Well, they said what
grade?
that society has evolved. Like basically they were like, hey, like kids are at a different point now at a younger age than we were growing up, kind of type of shit.
Well, I get that point. At that point, yeah, you got a point. Because if they're allowed to like say what type of sexual gender they are and shit, how they want to live their life, if they wanted to be gay or if they were bisexual or whatever they wanted to live their life at that young, yeah, make sure they doing it the right way. Don't let them out there catching these type of diseases and not having a safe way of doing it. So
we're talking about 5-year-old children.
No, 5th grade.
5th grade.
Not 5-year-old. 10-year-old though.
Okay.
Still pretty.
Yeah, I don't think at that age I was
pretty young.
You probably wasn't thinking of sex, but somebody your age probably was.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was like trying to get a girlfriend or some shit.
You said you was like 10 years old?
5th graders.
You said 10 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was introduced to sex pretty early in my life. I was probably thinking about some pussy at 10.
No, yeah. Hell no. I was thinking of just like holding a girl's hand and shit.
But you was thinking about some type of pussy? You probably didn't know what to do with the pussy, but you was thinking about it.
I wasn't thinking I need pussy. I just like, I want to, you know.
But still,
But you instinctually wanted...
Like, instinctually, yes, I wanted the opposite sex.
So that's kind of the point, right?
I'm just trying to make sure they're safe.
Also, we live in a day and age now where every kid before 10 probably is on an iPad, is on the internet. The internet's a crazy place.
It's just boring in their hand, bro.
Like, come on.
You're right. It's easier to like get into like.
Yeah, but there's always gonna be some backlash because you don't. It's like you destroying the innocence of a child.
Well, it's always you're gonna get the fight of you're promoting it rather than protecting and like kind of saying, hey, like don't do it, but if you do, be safe. You're saying like you're giving the go ahead, but it's like I don't know.
But what if the kids aren't being taught that at home any way, shape, or form? You know what I'm saying, but they have the access to it, but that's not brought up at home. So the parents don't want them to be learning that type of shit.
Well, that's the age old argument about.
Yeah, that's what you know. What I'm saying
learning about sex at school.
Yeah, but that's like that could go for anything, right?
Yeah, because this is the same thing. Because they're not even teaching kids in the South a full African American history.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like some parents don't want their kids to know about the history of our country, right?
The full history of our country.
The real history.
The actual history, yeah.
Yeah, so it could be said about anything. So, I don't know. There's no perfect answer.
Right.
I
mean, overall, things progressive.
Yeah, and they're going to teach these kids. That's crazy.
Why Chicago? They should, you know what they should do? In Chicago, they should teach gun safety. Because murder rates in Chicago are higher than anywhere else. That's what they should be teaching. Gun safety.
They should be teaching these kids the history of how America became America and how they made these people slaves. For real.
No, that's true. That's absolutely right.
But the way we brought that up, it is like, all right, they're cool with teaching them the sex and everything at a young age, but they're not cool with teaching them the history of how America became America. So it's like, yeah, that's fucked up.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's fucked up. They choose.
Growing up, they just graced it. Like, oh, they're slaves. But let's continue. You know, like when you go,
guys.
like,
So that was really bad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
We're good now. So
there's just one speed bump. You know, and it's just like, what the hell? Like, I only started
Let's go on to the Declaration of Independence. Like, this is be going on some.
No, they
bullshit.
did the slavery thing and then skipped all the way to Abraham Lincoln, how he was like the
Yeah,
savior of
for
everybody,
sure,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't start learning the actual history of it like when you start like getting into like probably towards the end of high school.
yeah,
and college.
didn't Abe Lincoln like have some incentive
slaves.
to like do?
Yeah,
And he had slaves too.
he still has slaves. Everybody still has slaves after the slavery was abolished.
There was an incentive though behind it why he did it.
Yeah, I forget exactly what it was.
It was about voting or something because there was more like because you know how the slaves.
If he freed the slaves, the votes,
yeah,
slaves will have more votes.
those certain states would have more votes and more leverage and shit versus.
Oh, the electoral college.
Yeah, something like that.
Because the slaves couldn't like.
They were like,
when could black people vote originally? That was like later.
I don't know the official year,
but it wasn't right when they were.
But it was not even. They weren't even considered.
So it was just based on the population.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of a sudden now the population's higher, so more electoral votes for each state.
Mm-hmm.
So the North would have more power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
how
you know
about we
what?
do this? We switch the main character of like hot movies to see if they were like cool. Like
So like a hot movie like Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. You change.
Wow.
So Samuel Jackson
For like Morgan Freeman.
Dude, he like and then okay, and then who's gonna be what's his
John
name?
Travolta?
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon.
That'd be hella weird.
Morgan Freeman and Jimmy Fallon, dude. Oh my god.
Oh man.
What about White Man Can't Jump?
Ooh,
What was it?
What's his name?
Idris Elba would be what's his name?
Just Alba as Wesley Snipes. What the fuck?
And then
who's gonna be? What's that? Woody Allen? Not
yeah,
Woody Allen. Is it Woody Allen?
No, Harrelson, I think.
Woody Harrelson.
it'd be
What's his name? Anyway, he's the dude from isn't he in like the new Hunger Games movies and shit? Same dude, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
He'd be who'd he be, dude? He'd be the guy who plays.
No, it'd be Jason Statham.
Okay.
Jason Statham.
Okay, but he's not punching people.
Nah, listen.
Alright, what about Rush Hour?
Rush Hour? Shit. Fucking DC Young Flyers, fucking Chris Tucker.
And then the guy from I don't know.
What's his name? From he's on the Wild Now.
Oh.
The Asian dude.
Oh, that's true. I don't know his name.
Oh no, that's generic though. What about
Well, he's
Iron
not
Man?
he's not A-list enough.
Nah,
Yeah.
he's definitely not.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Who would you switch him out for?
I don't know. He plays a really good job with Iron Man.
Yeah, I can't think of nobody else, but if I was to put anybody up in Iron Man, I'll probably put like
Don Cheadle.
nah, not even Martin Lawrence.
Don Cheadle was.
Martin Lawrence as Iron Man.
That's a small ass Iron Man.
Nigga, Tony Stark ain't that tall, nigga.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Robert Downey
Jr.
Jr. is
is
pretty
pretty
short.
For real? Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was
don't
like
think
5'10", dude.
I mean, I think they make him look tall in the movie.
I mean, that's tall to me, bro. I'm 5'5".
You're 5'5"?
Yeah, I wish I was 5'10".
Nigga,
Shit.
anything is tall to you.
I feel like
nigga.
Sergio lied about his height for the longest.
The kitchen
What did I
cabinet
say?
is tall to you.
I think-
5'6".
I'm pretty sure he used to always say he was 5'7", right?
No, I never did that. I
Just
never
lie
said
about it.
that.
You spent like pause 2 inches on it. Pause.
I'm gonna get that knee surgery, bro.
You gonna get the knee surgery?
Yeah. I'll be out the game for a while, but shit, give me 5 more inches.
Yeah, yo.
Oh, new thing that happened. Sorry to cut you off. He actually tried ramen for the first time this weekend.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
He never had ramen,
Yeah, that shit's
and
been dope.
I told him it's gonna be a better version of Top Ramen.
Bro, I was used to like, putting that shit in like the microwave for like 2 minutes.
Every-
with some water.
Trash.
What?
Every little thing he asked was like, "What is this? What is this?" Like, that's mushrooms. What is this?
You
That's
couldn't
onion.
just like eat it.
Nah, what the fuck? I had to know what the fuck was this in my food. It was like black strings, and then it was like
yeah.
a whole motherfucking egg.
Everything's delicious.
Huh?
Everything's
It was
delicious.
pretty good. I can't.
Where'd you guys go?
Marafuku. Right there, right
Marafuku.
right there in
Oh, that's not even like the best one.
the.
But we walked in and it was like, hey, everybody said hello. It was like dope. It was like a great
That's
An ambiance.
yeah. They love
yeah,
this.
he liked it, dude. He liked it. So
That's
I
good.
don't know if they like this, but they made it seem like they like this.
Now that you open your horizons, now we got to go try like all the good ones.
Now I don't know about all that. I don't think I would try it.
I want him to try pho next.
Why
The
would
fuck
you
is
not
it for?
try it?
Fuck
Pho
you.
is a soup. It's a Vietnamese soup.
Damn, everybody making soup? We can,
They it's
let's
soup.
go get some Jamaican soup, dude.
Oh, what's that? Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
What is Jamaican soup?
I don't know. I'm
Jamaican,
pretty sure they got
crazy.
some type of soup.
You got to do like the Chinese like noodle soup, like the egg noodles and all that. Tunky, have you ever been there?
Yeah.
New
I've never
Tunky?
been there actually. No.
That spot's hella good.
Hell
We gotta
nah.
go. We gotta go. We gotta take you.
We just go to
Or
some Creole
noodle.
spot and get some beef stew.
Oh, I love beef stew, dude.
Or like hot pot.
Well, I've never ever had hot pot.
Hot pot sounds like it's owned by a white man. I'm cool.
No,
you
it's
cook
not.
your own food. It's like what, Korean?
They have like a boiling like broth, and then
Mhm.
they give you like the fresh cuts of meat, and you
There
dip
you
the
go.
meat in, let it cook in the boiling broth,
Mhm.
and eat it.
So everybody's dipping their meat in the broth.
Yep.
I'm cool.
Communal meat.
Yo. Hey yo.
All right, let's just. I'm gonna go right with this. We're talking about culture appropriation, and the question was, what defines culture appropriation?
No, the question was,
Or what
is
was
it
the question?
one-sided?
Oh, it's culture.
Oh,
Is
is
culture-
culture appropriation one-sided?
Like, is it one way?
Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, like, it depends on what. I don't know.
Can you
Shit,
can
I'm
you
stuck.
culturally appropriate white culture?
No, they don't have a culture. The fuck?
What are hot dogs and hamburgers and shit?
That's
That's
nigga,
America?
That's American. Nigga, the fuck?
Like if a Asian person started wearing like polka dresses and started
What's
dancing
polka
polka,
dresses?
like you know the dance like the isn't that like
Oh yeah, the little.
like the
Yeah.
big fluffy dresses or
Oh,
whatever,
okay.
and started doing the dances and shit? Is that cultural appropriation?
That would be considered culture appropriation, but you
But
don't
nobody
see
would do that.
Yeah, no, you don't see that from that culture. You don't see like
So like, what if you like try to like culture appropriate like Russians or something?
it's not done. It's not like people with culture. You don't see them trying to like
Be in that culture.
replica another culture. It's
Okay,
just the people.
Let me ask you this. So if one culture tends to appropriate another culture,
Mhm.
is it okay for that other culture to appropriate their culture because it's already been done to them?
So back like it's just
Like-
I want to be like your culture. You're going to be like.
I
my
have a
culture.
reason I'm asking. I want to hear your response. I'll tell you
Like-
why I'm asking.
Like I don't think so. No, that's not okay. But shit, what the fuck is culture appropriation? Like, is when you steal from a different culture and you
Yeah.
call it your culture,
no.
That's-
No, it's not
Not
even
calling it
necessarily
culture.
calling it your culture.
or
Just
you made it up.
it's just using it and like
Like
Like-
a dashiki, like somebody who worked just a dashiki, and
All
he's like
right.
part of that, like a white guy, and he just walks down the street. He's like, oh yeah, this.
No, I think culture appropriation is more like you bash and shame a certain thing that a culture does, and then later on that same thing becomes popular, and then you use it as your own and say it's your own. That's culture appropriation. Like it hasn't been shamed upon or it hasn't been done again.
Okay,
over.
I get what you're.
I know exactly what you're referencing because that's
Mhm.
kind of like the Kardashians with the whole braided hair situation.
Yeah.
But
But
did they
it gets
bash
even-
it before?
Huh?
Did they bash it before?
No, but
like
I think he's saying
But
society.
like society
bashes-
bashes it. Like
society bashed it. Okay, fair enough.
like how the culture even like go hip hop. They bash hip hop, now everybody loves hip hop. And the same thing goes how they bash clothing. They bash clothing, now everybody loves
Everything.
clothing.
Everybody bashes everything different.
Yeah, but that's just
Somebody's gonna bash anything,
Yeah.
right?
right.
So, are we gonna yell at hippies for having dreads?
Well, that's cultural appropriation of the islanders and Jamaicans and the Rastafarians. So that already happened. That
But
bashing already happened.
how narrow are we going? Are you Jamaican?
No, I'm not Jamaican, but I come from African descent, so I do get a pass.
That makes sense. I mean,
So-
but it's just like, well, hippies is a bad thing because their hair is like not made.
I mean, that's crochet. Like,
Like
you know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
know.
Well, they just throw hella like wax in there.
The grease is disgusting.
I mean, I can't tell somebody not to get dreads. It just sometimes it doesn't look right on certain people.
I mean, hey,
So-
that's with anything though, right?
Who first came up with a fade?
A fade.
Like the
Like a
fade haircut, yeah.
Shit, who was the first barber? That's where it goes.
I'm not gonna say the military, but
Yeah, tapers and fades have been around for a long time,
For a long time.
but in the modern sense, like having that very clean, like skin tight fade, definitely like I think developed more in like the African American barbershops.
Yeah, with the hairlines.
Yeah, because
So-
it used to be the fade,
Mm.
but you would have like the box line up on the
The
back.
back.
Like you didn't have the skin fade or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't know.
think, yeah, it did definitely, because it was a moment where we had to compete to look like professional.
Right,
To the
because
comb over.
yeah, to the little
Mhm.
comb over, exactly,
Mhm.
right?
So that's
okay.
where the lineup came from and things like that.
And then you had the part, you know, that
Mhm.
was like that came from that too,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the little cut in part.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
so people is that culture appropriation?
Yeah, see, okay,
That-
there
that
we
I
go.
think if I
that
got a
is-
haircut like that, because I
Mm.
remember I used to have my hair like really short.
you did have the
And I
lineup.
added lineup.
That's not culture appropriation. I wouldn't say like getting a lineup or doing anything like that is culture appropriation.
No. I think you're asking, was that cultural appropriation
For
from the
Well-
opposite direction?
well, you have to see it as like because it was no other choice for
Yeah.
the culture to get ahead.
Well, because the society was
Society
pressured
made-
into, hey,
yeah.
this is how you should
We
look.
can't walk in with an afro.
Yeah, yeah.
And how our natural hair.
I agree
looks.
with that.
So it's like it was more forced upon,
Yeah,
but
it wasn't out of choice.
here we go.
It was developed not out of choice.
Hold up, time out. The way our natural hair grows was shamed upon.
Yeah,
Right? So we had to make our hair look appropriate, cut it, get lined up,
exactly. Yeah,
look clean cut, right? So now that part we changed our whole look. We diminished how we did look when we first started.
Mhm.
Now someone else is still the look that when we first started now becomes popular, and it's cool, hip,
yeah,
trendy. That's culture appropriation.
yep. That's true.
That sums it up right there.
Boom.
So what are some of the main items? Obviously, we talked a little bit about hair, right? Hair is a big one.
Yeah.
Well, I like. Do chefs technically was it culture appropriate
Yeah,
then?
food is definitely a culture appropriation.
If you're a chef and you know how to cook like I don't know this and that,
Is there a point where it's art and it's just being
chill.
creative?
Yeah.
Nah, I say cultural appropriation is a perfect example when it comes to food. Tacos.
Yeah.
Cultural appropriation like a motherfucker. Because that came from the Latin community and was made a certain way. Now they Americanized it and you see a taco shop, you see a Taco Bell, you see all
Jack in the
these,
Box.
you see everybody making a taco just because it's more of, you know,
And it
of
was
a Latin
and it was
community.
shamed
You know what
too.
I'm saying? And it was definitely a shame. It was looking at like slop.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so you get
But now
50 cent
everybody got their
tacos.
own
Now
taco.
that shit is $1.50 because supply and demand.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's cultural appropriation in a
Yeah,
different
I
way.
went to get tacos this weekend, and it used to only be what $5 for 5 tacos. Now it's $10.
It used to be like $50, not $50,
50
50 cents, 50 cents a taco. Now it's
You'd be full off
$1.50,
$3.
$1.75.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. What
Mhm.
about like Japanese script tattoos?
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
That's cultural appropriation.
that was.
Yeah.
I think that's more cultural appropriation, like back in the day, because everybody like been through that phase. I think that was more like a '90s cultural appropriation where everybody was getting like Japanese tattoos.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, this is faith.
Yeah, but if you really
You know
don't
what I mean?
understand what it
We
means.
don't understand that.
Yeah, it's
People's
like,
not doing that now. I mean, that was a phase. I remember seeing like a couple aunts and uncles with like some lettering and shit.
are tattoos culture appropriation?
Yeah, people getting islander tattoos. They ain't even from the island.
Where did
all,
tattoos
like,
originate from?
Tribal tattoo. I think
Probably from tribal
like
warriors.
yeah, probably like natives or something. I mean, they used they're the ones that like.
Yeah.
So
I
if you
think
have
Aztecs had them.
if you have tattoos,
I think tattoos are pretty worldwide.
Yeah,
I think every culture had tattoos.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I think when it came to like more tribals, warriors and shit like that, it was like a sign of like strength and shit like that. So when it came to different cultures,
definitely at least
Had
some
that.
culture from every continent had tattoos,
all right,
right? Like
So-
European, there's definitely cultures that had it. African, definitely cultures that had it. Asian. There's definitely some cultures that had it. Like no matter where you went, there's some culture.
I take back my statement that white people don't have culture because ain't nobody really jumping out of planes, diving with sharks, and like ain't nobody really like
Trying to kill themselves.
like really like hiking all the way up Mount Everest and shit like that. People don't really do that. It's like a predominant like species that do that, and it's like the Caucasians. It's like so that's their culture. I feel that, and it's like when
So like what? Hiking
when,
and camping? Is there
hiking? No, hiking, camping, skydiving, and shit like that. So when like other cultures like want to try that type of shit, like I can say that's cultural appropriation towards like the different white side. You gotta give it something to them, bro.
So I can't go on a hike because I'm culture appropriating something.
Nah, I'm just saying like that's not your shit, bro. That's not your Steve.
That's not your shit.
So do I should stay in my lane and just play soccer?
Nah, I'm not saying that's what you shouldn't just stay in your lane and play soccer. I'm just saying, but if you're doing that, just identify that's you being culture appropriating.
If you see Sergio like halfway up a mountain, giant fucking backpack, walking stick,
walking and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like
cancel me halfway up the fucking mountain. It's not as big celebration. I mean,
It's not. No, it's not.
I think we can break it down to this. Culture appropriation is when one culture makes money off another culture's tradition or what they do. Because, like we're saying, Cinco de Mayo. Americans make money off Cinco de Mayo, and that's not even the real Independence Day.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's a fair point.
Then, what? The whole cornrows, the whole style, the whole like fad of African Americans, they make money off of that because they own the corporation, they own the industries of music or whatever. Boom, we ain't gonna get too deep on that. That's just the cover blanket of that.
Okay.
When it comes to food, Taco Bell, the whole like soul food, McDonald's, all that shit is owned by white people, corporations and shit like that.
Okay.
So I'm saying like that's cultural appropriation where you make money off a whole different race, culture, and tradition. You know what I'm saying? And you just shamed it for the whole beginning. Now it's becoming the hot topic. Let's make some bread off of it. Cause nigga, PacSun is selling fucking Dennis Rodman and Tupac tees, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What shops at fucking PacSun? White people. Excuse me. My bad.
You know, kind of like I went to Japan and Louisiana once, and I don't like getting ramen or soul food down here because it just tastes like shit. Like compared to everything. So like, I just kind of stick to what we have here. Like ramen, I have it every once in a while, but soul food, I don't eat soul food up here. In Louisiana, I'm telling you, Louisiana, I'm going there for fucking food. I
can't. I feel your emotions on that. I feel you. But there's some bomb ass fucking like soul food spots out here.
I'm gonna need to test it out.
Like a lot of like Japanese and Chinese and Koreans migrate to the Silicon Valley, so you are getting that like that genuine traditional like ramen. I'm feeling like that's what it's just like, you know, like you getting that.
Not always. Most Japanese places are owned by Chinese people.
Well, shit. Same shit, bro.
I'm just saying. There are genuine Japanese restaurants out there. Most sushi places are owned by Chinese.
I
get in trouble, you got it.
I think we're just spoiled in California with food. That's it. There's a lot of good food in California. Shout out to California.
But I do agree with you, Cameron, because if you want something, you should go to that specific spot. Because if you come to California, unless you go to a bad taco spot, like you really don't know where you're going, it's not too. You ain't gonna find a bad one.
You're getting a half-ass version of it.
Yeah, you're not gonna find a bad taco spot in California.
No, that's true.
So you just gotta know where you're going, what region you at. Read the room. Read the room.
It depends what you like too. Like, you want the restaurant style, like
don't go to a Chinese spot where there's a bunch of fucking Mexicans working by in there. Like, I'm cool.
Actually, hey, there's some good Chinese spots with Mexicans working by in there.
Hey, Benihana's, they have a lot of people working there. I've been to Benihana's. The guy who served me was a Salvadorian.
Is that culture appropriation?
I mean,
is it?
But go ahead.
No, I mean that's a good question. Is it?
Hey, something I just learned. Isn't Benihana's? Isn't that Steve Aoki's dad?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then it's also his sister was Suki in Fast and the Furious, first one.
Huh. Steve Aoki has a sister?
Apparently.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I don't know. I could be wrong. I better regulate myself.
The one who was singing the Mariah Carey?
The girl in the pink.
The girl with the pink car in the first Fast and Furious movie.
In the Fast and Furious, I was thinking Rush Hour. Excuse me. Another reason of cultural appropriation. Have you ever been to a cookout?
No, I've never been to one.
Nah, just be going like past like parks and shit, and it's like white people having cookouts and shit.
Explain to everybody what a cookout is.
You don't know what a cookout is?
Define a cookout from a barbecue, if there's a difference.
Is there a difference between a cookout and a barbecue?
There's definitely a difference between a
Explain.
cookout and a barbecue. Because a cookout is you got multiple families, not just one family. Barbecue, you could probably have like 4 people. Nah, a cookout is like a vast community.
Like a family reunion, right?
Well,
like the extended family. Like
it's
the extended
family,
Okay.
extra cousins, friends, people, your next door neighbors, people from you haven't seen since 3rd grade.
And where do they usually have them? Like at parks, right?
Big community parks. You can have a cookout on a block. It don't matter. As long as it's the amount of people that's there is what a cookout is.
Are matching T-shirts involved?
Matching family T-shirts are involved.
Yeah.
Like you see people out there, the whole family from the grandmother down to the youngest grandson with the same T-shirt on.
That's
that
dope.
shit is beautiful.
That's dope. Okay, cool.
It's like
generation.
It's like a squad. Everybody squatted up.
And then you got like the food is amazing. You got down from the racks of ribs to the potato salad. You know what I'm saying? Not the macaroni. Potato salad. You know what I'm saying? Then the macaroni and cheese that's baked.
That's baked, right?
You know what I'm saying? That shit is made before you even got there. It's made like a day ago.
Okay.
And it's just been simmering. You know what I'm saying? That type
really
of shit.
good.
So is it required that the dude on the grill, has to have somebody over watching him, telling him like, nah, you got to flip that right now?
Yeah.
Is that a requirement?
It's a requirement. But that always starts a fight because it's like, nigga, you don't tell me how to run my grill. I know what I'm doing. So it's like, it's always that to make him better. It's like an encouragement.
Okay.
So
You know
is there like, say all 4 of us own houses next to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it we're going over someone's house and they're barbecuing, or we're all barbecuing on our front lawns, or
We could all bring our barbecues together and feed all our families in our whole neighborhoods and then our friends, and bring that all together. And then now we got to cook out.
Okay.
But if you barbecue and I barbecue and then we just eating.
So just say like we just went to the cameraman's house and he had a barbecue and we had steak. Okay.
That's a barbecue.
Okay, how many months of planning is involved in a cookout usually?
Yo, it's months. This is like
It's months, right?
It's a whole
Okay.
event. Like people are letting people know from outside the state. People are flying in.
You better get your ass over.
So this ain't a barbecue. It ain't like, hey, yo, Dev, come over here. I'm grilling some meat.
Hey, it's looking nice out today. Why don't we hit the grill? Nah.
No, they've been looking at the
save the date. RSVP.
Bruh, they rented out a DJ.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
They rented out a whole DJ. He's out there.
So
people are playing.
It's a big ass party.
It's a big ass party all day. And if it's in the street, trust you me, they got a permit from the city to block that off.
So that's like a block party, right? So you could have a cookout block party.
But I feel like block parties are for like suburban white people.
Not at all. You're tripping.
No,
Like,
what do
you
you
ever
mean?
been to New York?
Block party just means you block off the
you
street,
just block
basically.
off the street with a permit, and then your block is partying. Everybody, that's a cookout. Everybody's cooking.
Okay.
yeah, that sounds nice.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. You haven't been involved?
I've never been to a cookout.
Bro, man.
I should get to know my neighbors.
Our
You
neighbors
should definitely get to know them. But if they want to get to know you, you know what I mean? It's a
Our
different
neighbors
story.
are kind of like
Yeah.
these techie people that don't leave.
That's fine. They're still people. They got
But yeah, that was
personalities.
my
I hope.
question. Have you ever been to a cookout?
No.
No?
No, sounds like a great time
That's,
though.
dude, hey,
Mhm.
what's up? You gonna invite us?
Nah.
Okay.
We invited to the cookout.
Damn.
Sorry.
It's
Maybe
kinda-
next year.
it's
You almost
kinda-
had it.
Almost?
I'm just
I
fucking with
fucked
you.
up asking that question, huh? I fucked up asking the question.
You almost had it. Maybe next year. All right, well, that concludes this episode of Half That. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below what the fuck you need to hear. And
Hell yeah.
yeah.